Yeah, it always goes in.
If you could just let me know when we're going to go live, and then I'll get ready to sort of just, just whenever, because I don't want to look like this and sort of have low energy for the... what? No!
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Ruby and Finn's Theatre Chat Show. It is officially week number 4 and I am just going to get our live up so we can read your comments.
Okay, I won't do it as well then.
Oh, I'm going to turn that down and then you have feedback. You just hear me talking to me, talking to me, talking to Finn, talking to me.
That's your dream, is you talking to you, talking to you, talking to you. It'd be a better chat show if I wasn't in it and it was just multiple rubies.
Oh, have you noticed something's changed about me?
You are more smiley today.
That is true. That is true. But it must have been the 4-day working week last week. Got all my hair cut off, didn't I, Finn?
All of your hair cut off?
Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Okay.
A lot of it's gone. So let's give a quick audio description. Hello.
I'd say you've done a little bit.
My name is Ruby Woods. I am a white female. I have short brown hair and I have a pink shirt on. I am artistic director of Animate Theatre Company, which is a theatre company based in Plymouth for adults with cognitive and physical disabilities. I myself am a disabled theatre maker and activist, and I work in autism representation in the arts.
Hello, I am Finn. I am a white person. I've got a green hat on, a blue shirt. I think those are the main things. I'm lead practitioner of Animate of us, and I also write, perform, and do anything else I can in theatre because it's so much fun.
Yay! We love all things theatre.
We so do.
So I have my questions for Finn, as I always do. So
I always forget about this part and then panic.
I've got them on a document.
Oh, okay. I can look up next week's. Do I have to look away?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first question. Oh, you got your eyes closed.
I'm gonna pour the coffee on my...
Yes. First question is.
Yeah.
What is your favorite medium to work in?
Ooh.
So that's like audio play, in theatre, in like site specific, in like musicals, in like film, in dance performance, in live art, in durational. What is it? What's your favourite to work in?
I think for me it would probably be site specific.
Okay.
And also immersive.
Nice.
I really like when the audience gets to be involved in it and changes the piece by their actions. But I love responding to a space and having that be a really big part of it. I haven't got the chance to do a lot of site specific. I did one in Beaumont Park where we responded to there, and then I've done a couple of immersive zombie experiences.
Oh, nice!
And those are all built around the space because that's such an important part of it.
That's really fun. Cool. Okay, are you going to close your eyes?
I'm closing my eyes. Oh, I feel like we should ask you the same question.
Well, you tend to, but you didn't. So.
Well, I'm going to now. What's your favourite medium to work in? I'm not going to say the same list as you because you did it so well and I'd embarrass myself.
I always think before I start working that like film performance is going to be my favourite medium, but it's a lot. Because obviously when you're doing a performance, it's like you've done the performance, you go home and you're like, yay, finished. But when you do film performance, then you have to go home and edit it all.
I think I'd say film performance is probably one of my least favourite.
Really?
Because I know that it exists forever in that form.
That's true.
And I like the fact of live performances that it changes every time and it's unique to that audience.
Yeah, that's really
But I understand why it's really nice to be able to like have it be a certain way. And that
well, I always like visualise it of seeing it like really cool and performance-y and nice, and being able to share it as well. It's really shareable, and like obviously that's been really beneficial at the moment.
Yeah. But
it was really cool to kind of explore that medium before, and I just kind of really enjoy it. That's my favourite one. Close your eyes! Or cover your face with your hat.
Oh, that makes sense actually. No, I can kind of still
Yay!
see.
Okay, so my next one is for anyone who's out there watching and wants to kind of start writing a script or start looking into writing something. Can you give 3 of your favourite writing prompts? And you can make them up on the spot if you want, just some writing prompts to give to our audience.
Favourite writing prompts?
Yeah.
Okay, prompt Number 1,
Uh-huh.
I want you to write something, but it will have 4 sections. And the different sections of what you write should be inspired by the 4 seasons.
Like Gilmore Girls.
I don't know enough about Gilmore Girls, but yeah, sure.
It's 4 episodes spaced in each season.
Prompt number 2. This is going to be the first line of your story.
Mm-hmm.
It was day 4 of the longest week that I've ever lived. But what I did next would change it all.
You like number 4, don't you?
4's a good number. Okay, well now I'm going to have to do something with 4.
Okay, yeah. Next writing prompt.
4 teachers enter the last carriage of a train, but something unexpected happens.
Dun, dun, dun.
I really struggled with that last one. I don't know why.
That was fun though. I enjoyed
Yeah.
that.
Can you give us one prompt?
One prompt? You only want one?
Okay. Can you give us 4 prompts?
Okay. My first prompt is this is a setting prompt. So you have found yourself unexpectedly in a cave with the sea coming in. So the tide is rising. It's about to be high tide, and you are about to be trapped in this cave. What do you do? What do you do? What's next? Prompt number 2. Let's go with the line. I thought I knew how my New Year's was going to go, but then ... Prompt number 3. Let's go with a theme. So let's go with Halloween. It's based in a party, and it is a costume party, but someone's costume's a little bit off. You can figure out why. You can tell me why it's off and what are the kind of bases around that. And last writing prompt, let's do a line again. Let's do... I used to have an idea of what the perfect partner would look like. I met you and you were nothing like that. I don't know if it was still perfect.
Oh, that last line.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, should I go sappy? But it might be more fun to go a bit like horror-y. I don't know. Did it feel like...
Take it where you want,
Yeah.
I guess.
Play with it.
If you respond to any of the prompts we just came up with, please send them in to us.
Yeah, we'd love to see them.
I'm going to give us a little challenge.
Okay.
What if we each respond to at least one of each other's prompts?
Yeah.
And maybe we read them next week?
Yeah. That'll be in our book club section.
Yeah.
Which leads us quite nicely
To our book club section?
to our book club section.
That makes sense.
This week we were looking at alchemy. Is
Alchemy.
that how we're saying this?
I would, if I didn't know the word that I think they're going for, I would go alchemy. Alchemy. They are spelling it ALCHYMY.
Yeah, no, I see what alchemy.
I'd go with alchemy,
Alchemy.
but then I've got some dyslexia that may be spinning that ball.
Just a little bit. Alchemy Festival, the North Wall Arts Centre in Oxford. And we have been kind of experiencing some of those things. I have them in front of me. That's why I'm tippity tapping. So we're going to talk through a few of the things that we have experienced, the different projects. Because I was going to say shows, but they're all completely different mediums. So
there's lots of different stuff there.
Yes.
And there are some really amazing looking ones that we haven't seen yet.
No.
I've just seen that they've got a Great Gatsby. Like
Yes.
a 2-hour-long proper big play of The Great Gatsby by the Wardrobe Ensemble. So that'll be next on my list to watch, but I cannot tell you anything about it right now. I haven't seen it. But it looks
I feel like that feels like one in itself.
Yeah, that's like
the mini ones,
if I had to talk about that, it'd be too much.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with chatbot.
So I tried not to do too much of
Do you
this
want to
one.
explain what
Yeah, that would
chatbot
make
is?
sense actually. Chatbot. So chatbot is about the Turing test, which is where it's a test where you see if you can tell the difference between an artificial intelligence and a human being. And so this is told through the medium of clicking on things on your computer, kind of like as if you were, doing the chat yourself, although you're not. You're like clicking on options and seeing things come up on the screen, and maybe some are robot speaking, maybe some aren't. I haven't done every version of this because the reason I know a little bit about Turing to begin with is I kind of wrote my own play about a Turing test.
Oh,
and I'm going to be doing some
Fynn.
rewrites of it, and I don't want to have to accidentally steal too much of this, really.
Yes.
But the way this play is set out, and the way you click on everything, and the way the story comes across, from the one like storyline I did, because there's multiple different storylines you can get.
Yes.
I was amazed. It's way
Really
better than what I
enjoyed it.
did. It's very upsetting.
Don't put
It's
yourself
really good though.
Yeah, so it is literally like a clickable kind of conversation chat, and you go through, like Fynn said, you'll get different endings depending on the options that you click. So it was really fun. I went again quite early in. The reason, as in I didn't get very far with it, the reason was I just struggling. I struggle with reading, and so I think it's an amazing idea. But personally, I find that one I need to sit down and dedicate time to. It's not like some of the others that I can have quicker and more suited to the way I experience theatre. But you really enjoy it.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's I don't know if I would say it is theatre. It's very different to that of that you get a story by clicking, and so I guess it's like experiencing a script rather than experiencing a performance.
Okay.
So it is, I guess, theatre in that way, and I think the script really works in that way. I really enjoy it, but then got more of a playing video game background, so that's probably going to help me enjoy that. Should we use that as a segue to a video game, or should we save that for later?
Oh, we can talk about that.
Okay, I think, do we have to talk about our biases here? About the fact that our own who wrote Amble with Animate, Alex
Robbins,
has written a video game, and it's a part of this festival, so you can play it today.
If I'm pretty sure Alex is watching, so Alex, if you wanted to do a little summary of the video game, that would be really cool for our audience.
Shall I do my best version of it?
Are you going to do it before he does?
If he can type as quick, I've lost where I was trying to make sure. So, shall I do it?
Yeah, let's do yours as he's typing, and then I'll read out his.
North Hessery is a video game where you are a person who is going to repair a radio tower. It's the North Hessery radio tower in Princetown on Dartmoor, which we actually went out to see.
You did?
As a little scouting mission so that they could build the game. And you go around and you solve puzzles to find out what's going on. I won't spoil anything more than that. I can tell you the puzzles were very difficult, and that if you listen carefully, you may be able to hear a familiar voice say one line. I'm in the game. I'm in the game.
Do you want to do your line?
Yeah.
Should we do a recreation?
So you say like, could you do the line that you didn't have it in the game, but like,
Yeah.
Oh, someone did the wrong thing at the radio station and they ruined the broadcast. You do that as the cue line.
Someone has absolutely ruined the broadcast.
Sorry!
That's it. That's actually.
I'm in
Yay!
a video game!
Oh, he sent through his comments. So, a short interactive experience about isolation, fear, and the last
Vestiges
of analog in a world turning digital. Cool. That's completely different to your description of it.
Yeah,
I like that.
I went very narrative. He went very theme, which you can tell he's the parent of this piece.
He is. He is the baby of it. And you can also hear my mum, who is the first voice that you hear on the game.
I'd really recommend it. I would say that it's quite fiddly, but
Yeah.
I think that kind of adds to the experience of the frustration and the weirdness of the thing, of that sometimes things don't work quite the way you think they would at first,
So
but it does all work in the end. It did for
Maybe
me.
someone struggling with motor skills may have someone assist them with that, and then you can experience through that way.
You definitely may want assistance with it. Even with having the writer of the game in the room while I played it, struggled for quite a while to work out some of the puzzles, which he was having a lot of fun with.
And we got them tested on us quite a lot as well.
Yeah.
So like the word search came up, and a few times we had conversations about that word search.
We
struggle.
weren't good at the word search. You don't have to do all of the stuff in the. That's a little hint. You don't do everything in the crossword.
Oh.
It's not necessary. I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah. If that's a secret game hack, that I shouldn't be saying.
That's currently what we were struggling.
Yeah, don't do it all.
Okay.
Do. It'll tell you which one to do.
Okay.
So just save it.
Okay. Let's go on to talk about. We like this one, Boy Fly.
I liked Boy Fly.
This was really lovely. This was more of like a visual dance piece, and it had two main performers. They were both black males, and they were showing a really like interesting connection, and I liked what did they say about it? I liked that ambiguity of it. I liked that we don't necessarily know their relationship, and it was just really nice. We're having a look now.
Yeah, I was trying to like find names and things like that, but
it's four men.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to look at, because I thought there were four men and not two, because it flashes between two different moments. But I thought it was really brilliant. I think seeing that sort of tender connection between men is not something you always get to see. And just seeing they had a really, really wholesome relationship between each other, and just seeing men touch in a way that's friendly, close, tender, sensitive. It was something that I haven't seen a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely like go back. It's something that is kind of underrepresented and is really important to show, and to show those relationships between men, and being able to be more physical with each other and have that physical communication is really nice, and it was just done in such a lovely way.
I think
this is where I exposed my attention span, because obviously I was looking up and down and completely missed the fact that it was 4 whole performers, where I was like, it was 2 of them. It was a lot of the time. It was 2 people dancing there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was always 2 people dancing.
Okay,
but
that's right.
Switched between the 2 couples. I think it's really interesting. I don't know if you thought about it in this way, that it starts and it finishes with a handshake, because I feel like that is the only form of touch that a lot of men are allowed. If you want to be a version of masculinity, you can shake hands and you can do a firm grip and touch in that way. Yeah. But a lot of men, 2 men hugging is maybe too much in it seemed as something else. And so the fact that they started with that, and then they went into doing lots of other ways of dancing with each other, was, I thought, really a nice way of doing it.
Yeah, and it's just like experiencing relationships, and I think it's really important how we talk about relationships as well, because relationships are not always like just if you're with a partner romantically. It's relationships go so much deeper than that. It could be friendships, like you could have awkward.
Are we not friends? We have a chat show.
We do have a chat show.
I hope everyone who has chat shows are friends. It'd be sad if they weren't.
But I think like exploring that like friendship love is really interesting. Like they could be together. Like those men absolutely could have been together, which would have been just as lovely. But I think it's really important to show that friendships can be just as physical, and it's still be kind of more widely accepted that some people just need that physical human connection. And that's the that on the that.
That's the T on that one. I saw another one that I don't think you saw, the Spore Score.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed.
Was that an audio or was it?
It was an audio.
Audio.
It was an audio. I'm just going to make sure I'm saying the names of who was working. I know Alice Boyd did the sound, and it was the emergency chorus that did the words.
Ooh.
And so it was inspired. I just want to make sure I get names and things. It's inspired by something. I'm clicked on the wrong one. This is hugely embarrassing, and I'm really bad at using your mouse. It was inspired by Indeterminacy by John Cage, which used minutes of different text that were done in different orders, and then like music that was made separately. And so all of this was made with different bits of text that were reorganized, and Alice Boyd made the music separate from that and isolate. It's all isolated and then come together, and the way that that all works and sort of gives you these different vibes is really lovely, and like tells you more than if they had just tried to tell you about disorder and chaos in that way. And
That's
it's
really
exploring mushrooms, which I didn't think I was gonna, sit down and listen about mushrooms this week, and I did, and I was happier for it.
Yes.
I don't know what I can say. I would say I'd recommend it. It's just a nice thing to sort of listen to and think about what they're saying. I didn't understand some of the mushroom stuff because I don't know a lot about mushrooms, turns out.
Good. So there are a few other ones that I'm going to just kind of list off and have a quick description if you want to go and experience the festival. So they are Nomadic Souls. Did we
I don't know
experience
anything
it?
about
So
Nomadic Souls.
that's audio. And so that's an audio drama.
And there's a series of monologues, alchemy monologues.
Monologues. There's the last two, which is about.
It's a romance in the apocalypse. They are the last two people in the world, and maybe they don't love each other as much as they thought they did.
You talked about the wardrobe ensemble, The Great Gatsby, so that is a more full-scale production. You've got Exodus, which is a visual, and it looks at movement and film. Visual piece represents the power chimes in cranium of the youth, exploring complexity of modern day black boys. Piece touches endless hurdles and barriers these individuals face. That's really cool.
That's really
that's one I'm going to have a watch after as well. And then I believe these are like talks. Yeah, so there are some podcasts and other episodes. So Home from Home, Journeys into Elderly Care. That sounds really interesting as well.
There's a talk about class. There's lots of things.
Yes, and there's I think stuff that isn't always explored in mainstream theatre. There are so many incredible theatre companies exploring those things around the country, but not necessarily being published into mainstream theatre. So it's really great to give those stories more of a platform. And so if you're interested, definitely go and check those out. I know I'm going to be looking back and still experiencing that festival because it's going until the end of May, so you've got plenty of time to go and have a look at all of those. So that brings us on to what we're doing next week.
What are we doing?
So we are now venturing into Plymouth's very own Barbican Theatre. So this is a series of a few short films, and these are, I believe, are all visual. And it is called Plymouth in its Prime. Obviously, it was really nice to come back and to talk about something based in Plymouth, really, and work from the Barbican Theatre, who are doing so much and have done an incredible amount during lockdown, and it's so lovely to see that work is continuing, and really positive to be able to experience that online. So all those short films will be obviously published on the Facebook page as always.
How many are there?
So it says there are 3 here, so I think there may be
there are 3. They're 2 to 5 minutes long, so it's not too much.
Yeah.
Even I will watch all of them. But if you just want to do one,
yeah.
it'd be lovely to hear your feedback next week.
Yeah, that would be good. So I'm really excited to have a look at that, because obviously as much as we want to share like countrywide theatre, it's really nice to be able to celebrate the theatre that we have currently in Plymouth and in the southwest generally, and really looking at supporting those local artists, supporting those local organisations, especially with theatres beginning to open up soon, which we're all very excited about, and it's nice to kind of put our money back into those communities. So that's really exciting. Is there anything you would like to say before we sign off?
Thank you all for coming this week. I want to know, I want you to think about when you're watching these ones, which of the places that you can see have you been to, and which is your favourite place in Plymouth that we see in these videos?
Ooh, I like that.
because that's whenever I see something that's set somewhere I've been, I'm always like that. Oh, I was there. Oh, I dropped a hot dog where that person's standing. I've dropped a hot dog in a lot of places, so
Yeah, I can see that.
it's quite likely. Ice cream, actually, I always drop ice cream.
Good. Good.
It's very sad.
Thank you, Will. Thank you for joining us this week. As always, we will see you next week. Next week is week 5, and then we will have our little half-term break. But we will see you next week for our theatre chat show. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye.